Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind the scenes stories you won't want to miss. Another house guest was kicked out in week 8, and they were the last one out before the jury. Find out who won the Blockbuster and how the vote fell. After Catherine Woodman was evicted by a 7-1 vote, a new head of household was crowned this week on Big Brother. That home made 3 new nominees and had to pivot who their target was when they won the power of veto. Read on to see how the week played out. The house guests noticed the picture wall had changed to short videos of them doing various things around the house, like Ava Pearl falling, Keanu Soto twerking in his butler punishment costume, and more. They studied the videos as they thought they were for the upcoming Ho competition, and they were right. They went outside to answer a series of true and false questions about the videos. In the end, Keanu and Kelly Jorgensen were the last 2 standing. Because they are allies, that was great for them. However, the other side of the house was afraid because they knew they were going up. Keanu came out victorious, winning his first Ho of the season. In an effort to determine his nominations, Keanu spoke to each of his house guests individually. He knew he wanted to put up Vince Panaro, even though he had been aligned with him from week 1. Vince wronged him too many times by being on the wrong side of the vote and putting up their allies. Cole also wanted to put up Morgan Pope, because she is closely aligned with Vince, and he believed that if they got out Morgan, Vince would work with them again. But Keanu struggled on the 3rd nominee. He debated between Ava, Mickey Lee, and Ashley Hollis. Despite wanting to get her out last week, Keanu made amends with Rachel Riley and said he wasn't going to put her up. After talking to everyone, he decided that Mickey was the best option for the 3rd nominee. So, his nominees for the week were Mickey, Morgan, and Vince, with his target set on Morgan. Keanu told Mickey that their conversation felt too little, too late, and that she didn't talk enough game with him. As for Morgan, Keanu said that he extended several olive branches to her and she snapped every single one of them. When it came time for Vince's explanation, Keanu was practically in tears. "I feel like you have consistently taken my kindness as weakness," Keanu told his ally. "If you take my kindness for weakness, I promise you I will put you on this block and I will send you home." Morgan said that she hated being on the block next to her best friend. Mickey said she was going to fight for the veto and Blockbuster. Vince said it was a nightmare situation and he needed to figure out how both he and Morgan stay this week. On Wednesday's episode, the fallout from the nominations played out. Vince understood Keanu's reasoning for putting him up, and they talked it out and made up. When the power of veto competition rolled around, Lauren and Kelly were the other 2 players picked. For this competition, Angela Murray from season 26 came to host the competition. She was mad at her house guest, Brooklyn, for eating her charcuterie board when she was a have-not. So, the competition was based around that viral moment. The players had to stack 35 plastic charcuterie pieces on a thin platform, which included wine, cheese, vegetables, and more. However, this season there was a catch. Angela set a timer for her watchers to come and knock down the houseguest stacks. It was a cardboard cutout of her head that turned in a circle and swept all of the pieces that were built onto the floor. Each round, the time would increase. Many of the houseguests got close to finishing, but then their stacks got knocked over. With only a few pieces remaining, when Angela gave them 5 minutes to build their stacks, Morgan came out victorious. She buzzed in and won the golden power of veto. This foiled Keanu's plans because she was his target for the week. For the renom, he considered Ava or Ashley. Rachel tried to convince him not to put up Ashley because she is her ally, and said both of them would come for him if he did. Keanu tried to concoct a plan with Vince, where Morgan could take him down, and he would tell her he would put up Lauren to guarantee they were both safe, but really, he would put up Ashley. Morgan didn't take the bait, though, and took herself off the block. Keanu then nominated Ashley. Before sitting down on the couch next to Vince and Mickey, she blew up at him. She referred to him as a caveman and made fun of his shoes. She said he was the next target now and made a cowardly move. While Ashley talked, Keanu asked, "Are you done?" Which caused Ashley and Rachel to yell at him. "Don't talk to her like that," Rachel exploded. Keanu didn't back down and asked if Ashley was done. Ashley sat down and folded her arms. Ashley and Rachel kept up their arguing with Keanu on Thursday's episode. Tensions were high, and Houseguests had to figure out who to vote out depending on how the Blockbuster was played. During the Blockbuster competition, Ashley, Mickey, and Vince had to stand in a case. Rubber balls flew around the glass case, and they had to try to collect them and put them in the correct order that was on the pattern on the wall. The block was removed from the player with the most balls and the fastest time to arrange them correctly. Vince and Mickey were close, but ultimately Vince came out with the win. The Houseguests then had to decide between Ashley and Mickey. Some were debating because they thought it would be good to separate Ashley and Rachel since they are so close. However, Mickey had been a target for weeks. When it came time to vote, only Vince threw Mickey a vote, and she was evicted 6-1. As she left the house, she gave off a shocked look. Host Julie Chen Moonves asked her why she looked shocked, and Mickey said she thought she had more votes than that. But the host told her about the judges' alliance, which both Vince and Ashley were in. Before the show ended, the mastermind returned to tell everyone that the Houseguests would be checking into Hotel White Locust, and one wouldn't make it out. Find out what that entails on Tuesday's episode, as well as a new Ho and nominees. Big Brother will not be on Sunday due to the VMAs. Big Brother, Season 27, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 8/7C, CBS.